What's up everyone, this is Kiryu here, and today I want to teach people what does wear rating mean, what does pattern templates mean, and how does it affect the value of my skin, be it knife or gun. Now, as you can see, this is my AK Nightwish, and it has a pattern template of 588 and a wear rating of 0.397. Now, how does this affect the value of my skin, you may ask, as a new player? Very simple. Wear rating, in layman terms, is just how much of the skin is scratched off in most situations. Just remember, in CSGO there are always exceptions, so you have to do your own diligence and do your own research. But anyway, for my Nightwish, it follows this rule of the worse the wear, which is the higher the number by the way, it varies from 0 to 1. The lower the value, the cleaner the skin looks. The higher the value, the worse it looks. So mine is 0.39, which is well worn, and as you can see there are scratches, there's no paint on certain parts of the gun, generally just not perfect, an incomplete paint job as you can see. And this affects the value of the skin because it's not perfect like other Nightwishes out there. So let's compare the prices. Battle Scarred is 36, well worn, which is mine, is 78, factory new is 433. And let's look at the difference. Let's inspect. See, as you can see, the factory new looks so much more complete. Look at this. Compared to mine, it's just incomplete, and that is the difference in the price. So for most skins, you want to hope to get factory new, but there are always exceptions to CSGO. Because not all skins, when they are more worn, actually have their paint torn off, but the design actually changes in an ingenious way. For example, the Night Terror. As you can see, the prices is Battle Scar is the most expensive, so you may be wondering why. So let's look at factory new. Factory new looks like this. Well worn. As you can see, it's becoming a bit more purplish. It's taking on a purple color, but none of the skin is actually worn. Last, it becomes even more purple. It looks beautiful. And that is why a lot of people prefer this more than the factory new version. That is exactly why it's worth more in Battle Scar than in factory new. And obviously it's a lot rarer to get in Battle Scar as well because it's 0.45 to 1 usually. But in this case they set it to a cap of 0.7. So the probability is lesser. Hence the value is higher. Next, I want to explain to everybody what these certain pattern templates mean. So pattern templates usually don't really mean that much except for certain skins, like the case hardened. So what is a case hardened? So the case hardened essentially is just a skin that in certain patterns has this bluish hue due to overheating. Because case hardened, the concept is just when you heat it up, and then in certain conditions in real life, the metal will actually turn blue. When you heat it high enough, you have to do it really well. And in this case, let's look at the case hardened. Pattern 1 and pattern 5, they are not the same. Pattern 5 and pattern 6, they are not the same. There are almost 1000 patterns in CSGO, and what you see on every skin that you look at the initial image will be pattern 1. The pattern 1 will be the main display when you go to the community market. When you go to the market, and let's say I want to look at a case hardened. So let's look at AK case hardened. This image is pattern 1, but it's not representative of the actual patterns in all those but case hardens in the market currently. So you have to do your own research and understand if you do have a case hardened skin, what pattern it is. Because there is overpay, the more blue you have. The more blue you have, the more overpay. So let's look at 182. This is a beautiful skin. You demand a lot of overpay. It's extremely expensive. If you unbox this, you can sell it for a really high price. But if you didn't know about this, you would have sold it like any other skin normally if you didn't do your research, and you have lost a lot of dividends and money. So that's why I find it very important to educate CSGO players on these kind of things. Now, one more pattern which I would like to educate people on actually is Doppler patterns. Because Doppler patterns, okay, I'm not going to use this website, but let's use this website. So every skin in this game that is a Doppler comes in 4 phases. Phase 1, which is like blackish red. Phase 2, which is like reddish black. Phase 3, which is just a mix of colors. And phase 4, which is mostly blue. Now this is true for most Dopplers, normal Dopplers. However, if you are lucky and hit a very rare, which is less than 10% by the way, you get a Sapphire which is completely blue, or Ruby which is completely red, like in this example. But the rarest is the Black Pearl, which is like almost completely black, but sometimes there's a purplish hue. Now, Sapphires and Rubies are worth more than the Black Pearls, although the Black Pearls are the most expensive. The reason for this is because the Black Pearl is not as aesthetically pleasing, and like my previous videos has explained, aesthetics is everything. If something is rare and aesthetically pleasing, it's going to be expensive. The Black Pearl is rare, but in the eyes of most, not pleasing to the eye. That is why these two are significantly more expensive. So you have to understand when you unbox Dopplers. Now the case is the same for Gamma Dopplers. Gamma Dopplers is just green, so it's just a green printout, and you only have an emerald, which is like significantly more expensive than others. This is a fake emerald, so don't be fooled. Phase 2 is 80% green, so it's worth a lot more than the rest of the market because it looks the most similar to emerald. So you have to watch out if you also unbox Gamma Dopplers, whether it's a phase 2 or emerald. You have to do the differentiation. And how do you differentiate? Well, I did teach us a way by installing the extension. When you look at your knife using the extension in the previous video that I've uploaded, it will tell you the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, or whether it's a Black Pearl, Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald. So that's why you should install the extensions. It's just a suggestion, I'm not endorsing anyway, but it's just a useful extension just in case you're unsure. So these are just the general patterns I want to educate the newer CSGO community about, who are not so experienced in this field, just so you don't get undercut by certain traders and you lose money. So that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to be creating a new video on how and examples on skins that new players can start with. They are very safe and will guarantee investment returns in terms of money over the time, obviously. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you guys appreciate this kind of content, don't forget to like, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's watching my videos. Feedback is greatly appreciated. And currently I'm going crazy about opening cases. I've opened like 750 cases, didn't get a single knife. So currently, if anybody is willing to give suggestions in the comments of what cases I should open, because I'm pretty much going to get my knife anytime now. So if you guys want to see me opening this case to get this knife, leave in the comments. I'll definitely open them. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and see you guys later. Peace.